Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Not so long time ago, while I was editing the previous video, my GPU has decided to bail on me. The GPU in particular, it is a RX 6600. And the bloat GPU didn't stop there. He took with him the motherboard, the CPU and some of the hard drives. But I was lucky enough to save the SSD and as well the RAM. So in today's video I will be building another workstation from some parts which I have required, and also I will be using some of the parts from the previous workstation. Let's begin. Now for the new motherboard, this one it is a Gigabyte P450M and I bought it from a local shop in my particular area. Nice that it's coming with the IO shield as well, so I don't have to look for another one, and the seller told me this one should work. Now for the RAM, here I got my previous two stick of RAM. They are from Vengeance and they have a capacity of 16 gigabytes DDR4. And also for storage, I still got my previous NVMe SSD. This one is a Western Digital with a capacity of 256 gigabytes. I know it's not much for a workstation, but I am planning in the future to upgrade it to something bigger. Now for the CPU, I bought something from Marketplace. This one is a Ryzen 5, same processor as I had before, but this one supposed to be a Ryzen 5 3600G, meaning that he got the internal GPU as well, and here we have it. Yes, it is a AMD Ryzen 5 3400G, so it's quite decent for what I need, and it's coming as well with the cooler, but the cooler I will be using for something else, as I still got my old cooler, J. Onsbo cooler, CPU cooler from long time ago. And now I got something special. This one I bought it from eBay. This one's supposed to be a AMD FirePro W7100 GPU, and here we have it. This is a workstation GPU. I know it's a bit underpowered than my previous GPU, but this one is mostly for CAD, so for my 3D software it will be perfect, and as well for the video software I am using to editing the video. Old stuff, but still relative to me. And let's not forget about the Wi-Fi card, which I am happy to say that it has survived, so that can go as well in the build. The last important part missing is the power supply. In this case, I will be using my Corsair TX 650 watts from the previous workstation, which has as well survived. And now for the last bit for this build, we need a case. Where is the case? I cannot use them like that. Well, I can, but it will not be practical. And also for this workstation, I decided to go with a different case. So I went and I bought Ion's M245-5. This is a micro ATX case, the front glass side and as well glass on its side. The case looks nice. I choose to go with the white version this time. Now before installing everything in the case, I think it's a good idea to test them outside the case. Like that, if something is wrong, I'm not spending lots of time trying to remove the parts, install new parts and figure which part is good, which part is bad. So I think if we start from the motherboard and proceed further, it will be better. So here I use the box as a stand for the motherboard. Let's grab the CPU and drop it in its socket, making sure that we align the corner like so. The CPU is secure. Then we apply some thermal paste, not too much, like so. Then shall I grab the CPU cooler and try to install it somehow. First clip in, CPU cooler is installed. Also just I have to plug it in, and the CPU with the CPU cooler is installed. Now we can proceed further with the RAM and then the SSD. Now we can test the motherboard with the CPU, and also let's bring in the power supply and connect the 24-pin connector, and also let's not forget the 8-pin which this motherboard has for the CPU and the GPU, because this CPU, from my understanding, it's having a internal GPU as well, so it's acting more as a APU than just a CPU. I think next should I add the GPU cable and plug it in the power supply, then grabbing the GPU and adding it as well, and its power connector, which is required just 16, not 8. And with the GPU power connector installed, I think should I grab a monitor? Let me find one. Now let's plug the GPU, turn the motherboard on by jumping, and we have, I think, image. Oh, we got an image. Oh, nice. So it's apparently the GPU is working, as well the CPU and the motherboard. So with the parts working, I think it's time to put them into the case. And let's take the case, remove the first side panel, and loose the screw in the process. And also, so I do the same for the back, and also the mounting brackets for installing the GPU. Here we got a goodie bag, from what I see, which is including screws, some zip ties. Now the first part to install it will be the IO shield. Then I shall drop the motherboard. Then we get the goodie bag, the screws, think them there for the motherboard. Now screw the motherboard in. Now the motherboard is in. Second part is to add the power supply and to fix this mess of wiring at the back. The power supply, I think I should be able just to drop it in and add the screws on it. The power supply, it is in. Now let's add the power supply cable, the 24 pin, then the 8 pin for the CPU. I'll flip the case front towards me and start connecting all the cables, and then we can manage them a bit better afterwards. Next one should be the USB 2.0, as this motherboard got USB 2.0. That one can go in as well. That's why I didn't add a GPU and the Wi-Fi card, as then it was nearly impossible to install them cables, and route them through here like so behind the fan. And then we got the USB 3 cable, which apparently doesn't fit on my motherboard because of this fan is in the way, but it's just one USB, so I don't think I'll be using it. I'll be flipping it backwards, and I can start doing some wire management. The wire I don't use, I will just shove them in. So here we got the wire management. I think it's decent enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, just to be decent. Now I think we can add the GPU, but firstly it will be the Wi-Fi card. Alright, then the GPU. Now I see I got a problem. It's too big for the case, but this part apparently is just structural. So I think he'll just be removing it. Alright, then we just plug the power cable to the GPU. Now the moment of truth. Let's switch on the power supply. Then after pushing the power button, the computer has brought it to life with only 3 fans working at the moment, which is good. That means I just have to open the back cover once again and to check which one is not working. Let's see. Yes, you go here a cable, put this one in. All of them come to life. Nice. And here we have it. All 16 gigabytes of RAM is read. The GPU with the Radeon Vega graphic, Ryzen 5, has been recognized. I think only the GPU is not recognized, as I don't have internet here at the moment. Well. At least it's working. So I will go set up everything and then I will come back for some tests. And also, I don't know if you noticed, I did something. You look here on the PC, I had installed the fan blowing this way when the rear fan is pushing that way. So I have to flip the fan towards this side. That will be an easy fix later on. Okay, so the system is working. That's good. Now let's shutting it off and go to install the other stuff. And I shall see you all in a few moments. So here I got the computer set up, everything was done. I have flipped the fan from the CPU and as well the 2 bottom fan to push air from the underneath and to exhaust it towards the rear and the top. Like that we get a better airflow through the case. Now here I have loaded a burn-in test and let's start it, see how it will handle if we get any errors during the test. Now what's the purpose of this test? Well, it's just to know if the system is stable, as I had in the past problem with the system which they are a bit unstable, and from there lots of issues regarding like blue screens of death and most of the time random shutdowns while was rendering a video working on a CAD design and the computer just decides to shut down randomly. But I think with this one I nailed it like with the previous one. Only this time I hope that the GPU will not be blowing again. And I know this AMD FirePro W7100 is not so powerful as my previous GPU, which locked himself out. Why I'm saying that? Well, for £100 I think it's worth it, but who knows, only the future will tell. And also this time why I have decided to go with a workstation, well, basically because I need a workstation just for my models and also for my video editing. And also because that GPU has decided to blow on me, I have decided this time to go with a workstation GPU. Maybe it will last longer. And here I got the test result. The CPU is alright, RAM is alright, memory is alright, 3D graphics has passed, only just one error, which is from this 2D graphics test fail because no operation during the test period. If this system can game, well, definitely can game. I can show you that as well by playing an old school game. This in particular is one of my favorites. Well, this is a workstation. It's not supposed to game, but from time to time, a bit of game is okay. I'm not good at playing games. That was funny. Now for the real business. Let's go on 3D design. So here I've got the 3D design open. Now let's make a basic gear, let's say. Nothing fancy, just to see how the GPU is handling the workload. Okay. Then we trim the excess like so. Then we select the sketch, add the two pieces, then the center point, okay, and then we add like 20 spikes. That's perfect. Then we offset the outer, so let's say 5 mil. Sometimes that happen, so let's offset it by 5. This is just a test, nothing fancy. Then we trim the excess between the gears, let's say the spikes of the gears like so. Right, now I think we can extrude it, let's say 10, and here we have it. Basic gear, more like a flange to be fair, but the outer gear. So it's working quite nice. How many can I have till the system is deciding to crash? Okay, so the system is working quite nice. Now let's see how many I can do it till the system will not be liking it no more. It seems even with 4 I can freely move them. So in one way it's working as intended, and it's quite nice. So here it is, just a basic shape. So it seems the workstation is working decent. Now I think I will just go and load up Sony Vega and edit this video. I hope you like this kind of video. This was something new for me to do here on the channel, and maybe, who knows, maybe in the future I will do more computer related stuff if interested. I hope I will see you all in my next video. Till then, have a nice day and thank you very much for watching. See ya.